2 weeks ago, I had a conference in New York and with Professor Paul. During the conference, so it was a very nice conference, actually, a great conference. I mean, because it's very difficult to publish the paper in that conference. And during the conference, I posted a photo in Chinese social media. So after posting it, a friend who I met in another conference commented on the photo, said, "Did you publish paper in this conference?" Okay, I said no, because if you are in this area, you know how difficult to publish a paper in the conference. So during the conference, I listened many good presentations about their research. It was a good experience, but actually during this conference, I kind of had I was rethinking that the meaning of publishing paper. So as you know that as a graduate students, our main major is to publish papers. So when I meet my friends, so most of the topics are about papers, and also it's about how high your paper, the IF influence, impact factor are your papers, and so what's your professor's requirement for your graduation? Yeah. So also, so like me, now I'm in the, I spent already 3 years in my PhD. Now this is the first year, and so when you reach this, like the time like I am, so you start to think that I need to prepare graduation, and I need to have enough papers, and I need to look forward to finding a new like job or maybe any other positions. So when we consider those process, so I kind of feel that we put too much focus, energy, and on those publication. So like every time we were driven by deadline, and we need to finish some project. So sometimes we may face difficulties, but we cannot get frustrated. But when you consider the whole picture through Bible, when you read Bible, you know the whole picture. Then you know those publication and those very small things in the whole picture. So don't get upset about what you meet. Yeah. Yeah. And so actually, I want to publish many papers. Yeah. But if I can, yeah. But if I can't, that's okay. I mean, so if some graduate student, if they hear this testimony, they would, oh, this person is insane. And so I kind of start to think that to do another way, like because we all know that in Bible we know that Jesus told us to help each other, to love your neighbors. So I kind of start to think that doing my PhD from another aspect, like to help people, help my colleagues and help my professors. Especially for Professor Paul, because he's a young professor. So because you need to, when you are a student, but when you consider, when you want to help others, you need to stand in their point, in their viewpoint. But if you are a professor, what will you do? So you need to manage the lab, you need to apply for a new project, and you need to manage the project, and you need to collaborate with other professors. And so professors are facing a lot of pressures, and actually much larger than students had. So so once you understand this, then there's no problem about your study, your publication, because it's just helping others, right? Yesterday we had the English Bible study. We read Matthew chapter 21 and chapter 22. So actually there's several verses. When the Pharisees, when the people at the time when the people questioned Jesus about asked the question that what is the greatest commandment in the Old Testament, so Jesus replied, Matthew chapter 22 verse 37. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and the greatest commandment. And the second is like this: love your neighbors as yourself. Yeah. Thank you. This is my testimony.